Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk waterproofing the bathroom. Waterproofing is something that is very important, especially when you have walk-in showers, showers, etc. Waterproofing is not an option, so you don't have to do it just if you want or if you have the budget and so on. It's something that it needs to be done all the time, especially when you have walk-in showers, inside the showers, etc. You might not have to do it, let's say, outside of the shower or in the opposite corner, but it's a good thing to do it. But mainly, obviously, showers and wet areas is something that is not an option. You have to do it. So there are few different ways to waterproof a bathroom. I choose the simplest method that I think it is, just because for some of the methods you might need a bit of skills in order to do it. I choose the easiest option that anyone can do it, and the materials are very easy to be purchased in the shop, off shelf. I mean, straight from the shop. You go into the shop, you pick them up from the shelf and you do the job, so you don't have to order things online and so on. So like I said, there's few different ways of waterproofing a shower. Now there's few different tapes. You can see here I have 3 different tapes. I hope you can see them. Let me move the camera up close. So as you can see here, I have 3 different tapes. Now this one is a thicker tape. This is a thicker tape and a stiffer tape. This is being installed with adhesive. So you're just using notched trowel that is 4mm by 4mm, exactly what you're using for Ditra, and you spread the adhesive. You place the tape, and then you use a spackle or a filling knife, and you take the adhesive from behind. You just leave it so it's nice and tight. So you take the excess out from the back of the tape, and that's ready to go. That's waterproof. Or if you want, you can add some waterproofing on top. Just brush it over the top of it. Then you have a waterproofing kit like this. This comes in the bucket as a kit. Bear in mind, this is not a sponsor. This is not a sponsorship video. So nothing is being sent to me by anyone, and nothing asked me to say anything. So this is stuff that I used to use before, and I use all the time, and I'm confident with them. So I don't think that's that important what brand you're gonna use, as long as you will follow the instructions and you will obviously do a good job. I don't think the product, they're pretty similar, and I think they all do what they say on the thing that they will do. So this is a different tape. This is more like, so this is a different type of tape. You see, this is a tape, and then in here is like a reinforcement mesh. So this one gets installed with this liquid, waterproofing liquid. So first of all, you have to use primer. I mean, most of the waterproofing system that I came across with them, if not all of them, you have to prime the surface before the installation. So obviously read the instructions, and if you have to prime the surface. So they give you the primer, you prime the surface, primer is ready mixed. Then you take a brush, put some liquid down, and then place the tape on. And then you have different type of tapes, which I'm gonna use. You see, this is a different type of tape. Is not that stiff like the first one, and this one also gets installed with the liquid from the from the tin. You just obviously brush it on, put this on, brush over, leave it to dry, and then do another coat on top of it. So it's important to use the right tape. For instance, this tape that is designed to be installed with adhesive, it will not work with the liquid because it's very, very stiff and it won't stay there properly. So this won't work. So it's important to use the right stuff and something that is obviously made for that purpose. So we already primed the surface. As I'm going to show you now, because we're not going to use this tape with adhesive. We did some kind of adhesive on the Ditra mat, on the edges of the Ditra and where we have the Ditra joining together, because we want to use this tape with the liquid, and we want to make sure that we have a flat surface in order to have a very good waterproofing. So I choose this method because it is the easiest method that is on the market. I mean, I see now other manufacturers developing, some product that they say you just have to, just brush the thing on the corner on the wall. You don't have to put any tape and so on and so on. I haven't used them. I can't tell you how good they are because they're new on the market. So I think time will tell if they are better than this or not. But this is something that we know, this is something that we've been working with for years, and it never failed if you actually follow the instructions and you obviously do it the right way. So we're gonna stick to what we know. The easiest and the shortest road is the road that you know. So we're gonna use this tape and we're gonna use this liquid. Is from Mapei. So as I said, all this stuff they've been bought by me, so I'm gonna use them. No one asked me to say anything good or bad about them. The fact that I used them before and I'm happy with the result, I'm gonna keep using them. So first of all, like I said, we need to prime the surface. In our case, we obviously made, wherever we're going to have tape, we create a flat surfaces over the Ditra. We prime this adhesive and we let it dry. It's very important to have everything dried. So everything dry from primer, from everything. So when you apply this waterproofing, everything needs to be dry. And clean, no dust, no nothing. So always follow the instructions. There is written on the bucket. Everything you need to know, it is written on the bucket. So if we was going to use this tape with adhesive, we will use internal corners in the shower. Because we are using the liquid, we're gonna form our internal corners from this tape, but that's something that I'm going to show you. So as I said, everything is been primed, everything is prepared, everything is dry, and now we're going to start the waterproofing, and I'm going to guide you step by step where we're starting, how we're starting, and so on. Okay, so like I said, this is what we have to do. We have to, cover the Ditra with adhesive. So we're gonna have a nice and even surface. We're gonna do about 7, maybe 8 centimeters, and we're gonna do all around. One that is dry, we're gonna put some, primer on, and then we can do the waterproofing. So we're gonna start on that wall where the shower is, and we're just going to go like that. Okay, so we are rolling the tape. We try to keep it in one piece if we can. If not, there's not a problem. We're just gonna obviously join it outside of the shower and not in the shower. It's not a problem, but I think it's less joints you have, the better. And in here in the corner, we just did a cut in the middle, and we are gonna roll it, you know, this way, and we're gonna form the corner. Waterproofing underneath, waterproofing over. There shouldn't be any problem. So we try to obviously keep it on half. So we have the writing, which is pretty much in the middle. We're going to try to keep the writing in the corner, and then I will put my gloves on. Make sure we're gonna put, you know, heat isolation there. And then we are just using this to make sure that everything is nice and tight. And if we're keeping the writing pretty much in the corner, we shouldn't have any problems for the tape not to go nice and flush. So now when we're happy with what we did, we're just gonna take the brush and we're gonna put some of this waterproofing over, just brush it over. Okay, so we have did the bottom all around. Now we're going to do the tape in the corner. We're going to do the shower, the niche, and all the joints in the shower as we did this, and then we're going to do the screws everywhere. So apart from screws in here, we're not going to do any more tape. This board is waterproof. All we have to do is to cover the screws and the joints in the floor. So even if the shower will be there and we shouldn't have any water in here, I think it's a good thing to obviously do it everywhere on the floor. On the walls, we are just going to do the screws, and obviously we do the walls in the shower up to about 2.2 meters. There's no way, I mean, there's no point going all the way to the top because this is already waterproofed. Okay, so this is the corner. This is the only corner that we're gonna do. We're not gonna bother about these two corners or that one, because this is, like I said, waterproofed silicone, so there shouldn't be any problem there. There's no water there. There's no even if will be any vapor state, nothing will go through that board and silicone. All we have to do is obviously the screws and inside this shower, and obviously the joints in the floor. So once that we have the first coat done everywhere, we're gonna leave it to dry, and then we're just gonna come back and do a second coat over. So we made the bottom. As we did this, then we obviously did the sides, we'll do the top, and then we can do the back, corners, everything, and then one here and one there as well. Okay, so we did obviously the bottom, the top, the sides, we did the back there, we did the back up, and we did another piece here where we had the screws, these screws and washers. So now I know you're gonna ask me, is this really needed? Because we obviously use this backer board, which is waterproofed. We siliconed all the corners and stuff. No, we didn't really need to do that. We could just do the screws, and then I think we will be obviously ready to go. But we have an OSB wall, you know, a stud, metal stud, and OSB wall. So you know, it always can, you know, move or vibrate, and it always can, you know, have a slight crack in the corners, you know. So I think it's a good addition to have it done. Not depending, you know, it might not be needed, but it won't take longer than, you know, 30 minutes to do it. So why not? I mean, I prefer to do it. The other thing is that I wanted to do it just to show you how you have to do it in case that you use some different materials, maybe, you know, cement board that is not waterproof, or maybe plasterboard. So that's the way that obviously you have to do the corners, you know, do one side, fold it, and then do the rest, and make sure you tighten so there's no any air bubbles, you know, on the edges. So everything will be nice and tight, you know, and it will get glued with this waterproofing membrane. So now all we have to do is to do this corner up to the front, and then that's it. We're ready in here in the shower. I mean, you could see I did put some patches on the screws in the shower, just in case, you know, something will move in the future. We don't want to have a crack around that screw, so, you know, we just use a couple of bits. And so yeah, that's the first coat. Once it gets dry, we're gonna come with the second coat. Okay, so we finished with the tape. I mean, obviously where is needed, because it's not needed everywhere, and all we have left to do is to do the screws with the brush, let everything to dry, do another coat over, and that's it. That will be the waterproofing. So obviously there and there, once that we have the tiling done, we're just going to put some silicone in the hole, and then also we're going to put the shower in. Same there, we're going to fill that with silicone around the mixer, and then we're going to put some silicone on the back of the plate and just push the plate against the wall. Make sure that no water will go behind. Okay, so now we're ready to do the second coat of waterproofing. This will be a lot quicker than obviously the first one, because this will just have to go over the tape. We're gonna do it on the floor, so it dries till tomorrow, because tomorrow we're gonna start doing the tiling. The walls are not ready. It's not completely dry, so we're gonna wait with the walls till tomorrow. But we are going to do the floor first. We'll do the floor, and then tomorrow we can just, you know, mark the lines, do what we need to do, and, you know, start the tiling. Okay guys, so we just finished the second coat all over the floor, and all we have left to do is to do the second coat in the shower and on the screws. So, but that's pretty easy, like you saw. You're just gonna brush some more stuff onto the actual tape. So pretty much that's it. Like I said, I think this is one of the easiest way to do your waterproofing. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can leave them on the comment section. Otherwise, yeah, this will be everything for now. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I will see you next time with a different video.